So we're about, woo. Okay, so let me tell you what's going on. So I actually started breaking down the challenge for challenge one here, right? Because for some reason I thought I was streaming this. As a matter of fact, well, no, I'm gonna tell you the prologue first. So I thought I was streaming this a minute ago. My head, I don't know. Anyway, so I'm diving into this thing, um, and there's a little hiccup, right? And kind of the description of what's going on here. You know what? Here, let me just start over again, and you'll see what I'm talking about. Let's go.
And this is where we take what you've learned from the first 4 episodes of this series and put it into practice and see how you've internalized it. So let's take a look at our challenge. So this is a Dune based challenge with I'm excited about the coming out Dune movie, and we have is a list of the some of the great houses of the Landsraad, and then over here we've got the interface that we want. So
And we get that pause. And I went over to just to pick that up. So here that is, right? Okay, great. So you can see that my interface file. Yeah, close that. Yep, close that. Close that. You can see that my interfaces .ts is this, right? Same thing. We just copy pasted that over. Great, right? Um, I put all these out horizontally, so I could kind of see this a little clearer, see how they're related. Just kind of fits better for my eyes that way instead of kind of with the wrap around. Some of them are straight, some of them are wrapped around. It's like okay, and that's fine. So and up here we got the houses.json file, which is this cat here, right? Okay, as a matter of fact, let me do this. Let me go over here, and I'm going to go over here, and I'm going to open that puppy so you can see it. Yay, great house. It's fantastic, right? All right. Now, being used to a JSON, regular JavaScript file, I'm figuring, okay, well, I got to import the data as the first step, right? So I can use it further down here. And I'm thinking this houses is what this should be called, right? That's just kind of guessing here, eyeballing and guessing, and then figuring out what I'm going to do with these interfaces later on. Um, yeah, right. So import the data and then manipulate the data and then figure out the rest of it, right? Great. But here's the thing, when you try to import this, you get this strange error. So I spent like, I don't know, 15 minutes going all over Stack Overflow trying to figure out, am I importing this right? Like, what's going on here, right? You hover over and get this word, they cannot find module houses.json. Consider using resolve JSON module to import module with .json extension, right? Okay, what the heck is that? Resolve JSON module. Let's go look that up. Resolve JSON module. What is that, right? Did I type that right? The things that are capitalized need to be capitalized. Okay, kind of looks like a TypeScript. Aha! Oh, look at that. What is this? Okay, Resolve JSON module allows importing modules with the .json extension. Oh, which is a common practice in Node projects. This includes generating a type for the import based on the static JSON shape. TypeScript does not support resolving JSON files by default. Cannot find module .settings JSON. Consider using, yes, that's the fracking thing that I'm getting. Let's pop this open. Okay. Allow TypeScript does not support resolving JSON files by default. Right, here we go. Settings.json. Can I find modules and consider using this to import module JSON extension? Great. How do I do that? Right? File name settings.json. It's this guy, right? File name index. Very similar thing we got going on here. Fantastic. So how do I do that? Enabling the option allows importing JSON and validating the types in that JSON file. So comparison appears to be unintentional because the types boolean number have no overlap. Settings JSON dot resolve blah 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 blah. Wait, enabling the option allows importing JSON and validating the types in that JSON file. Validating types of. Okay, so wait. So do I have to go to tsconfig to do this? I'm like, where do I import? Wait. Where do I enable? It says enable the option. Enable the option. Where do I enable the option? Enabling the option settings.json repo. Comparison to be unintentional because of, okay, wait. Enabling the option. Where do you enable the option? What do you mean enable the option? tsconfig maybe? Is there? Okay. 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 Language and environment. Resolve JSON module. Resolve JSON module. Module. Module resolution. Resolve package JSON exports. Resolve. Wait a minute. Resolve JSON module. Oh, this. Going. Boy. Enable importing JSON files. Oh. Okay. Well, screw you, man. If I can do this that way, I'll do it that way because that's the natural way for me to figure it out. Otherwise, I'm not going to remember this next incantation that he's got going on. Okay, great. Now, do I have to? Yeah, I probably have to restart the environment, right? Because the TypeScript server would have to be restarted, I think. Fly check, mouse out, display, minor mode, blah, 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 blah. I think so. At least that's what happens in my head. Yes. Let's do that. Let's open that back up again. Wait for that to go huge. There we go. Let's come over here and back to there's houses, JSON, interfaces, right? Yeah, interfaces. Oh, interesting. It's no longer red. Oh, look at that. Oh, it understands it. Oh, look at that. I'm curious. I wonder if hang on, let me go here. Oops, let me go here. That. And what if I did this? What if I said dot from dot slash haha, now it sees a JSON file. Oh, that's neat. Okay, okay. This is a little not. I guess. Wait, if you is this letting you know that further up here, someplace that's where you're going? I mean, I just had to kind of guess that they were referring to the configuration file. Is it? Yes, houses. There you go. Look at that. Bam. Okay. So now we got houses in here as a JSON file. So, like, I have an actual array. I should now be able to see console. I don't know what he's talking. Console.log. Um, houses. Houses. Let's see what that looks like. Switch that. Going here. Oops. Going here. Yep, that's you. Well, can I get you to? Oh, this is like. Let's see. Okay, some other bag of cats. Oh Lord. Okay. Unable to compile types. Cannot find module dot slash. Bruh. Import houses from dot slash. It didn't like dot slash. Oh, that's trippy. Okay. Okay. Really curious. So what? Are you telling me that I just have to do? Can I find module houses.json? Okay, yeah, I see. I see why he didn't do this because there's a whole. Oh wait, what's this? Error running timer. Tired restart server. Okay, what's going on here? What are you on about? Okay. All right, still cannot find module. Really? Okay, can I find module? Oh, let's do this. Let's say dot, can I find module dot houses dot JSON? Huh. But there it is. I mean, that's there. What do you, for some reason, console.log does not seem to be doing what we expect it to be doing. Hmm. Still talking crazy sauce, huh? Oh no, something about the save. Okay, wait, the save. Oh, so it must have been maybe the file wasn't straight. Unable to compile. Function implementation is missing or not immediately following the declaration. Right. Houses, fail houses, blah 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 blah. Property name, right. Property signature, blah blah blah. Blah 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 blah. Okay, And then it's like, I don't know what that is. Because it compiles down. If there's the error, then it will compile. So you can't really console log what you're thinking the way you're thinking it just yet. So we gotta wax that. Wax that. Then I'll get rid of that stuff. But now this other stuff is like, I don't know what this is. Okay. So we know that kind of works. We wish we could test it to actually verify. We think that works, right? Based on this. Okay. Wait, what's this? Settings.debug equals true. Oh, right, because I see. That dry equals 2. Uh-huh. Yeah, okay, I get it. All right. So put settings. Right. This comparison appears to be unintentional because the type split. Right. Then that works. Yeah, got it. All right. Now we have that. We got houses, but what the hell do we do with it? So now that we have houses sitting in here, what do we do? Houses string, first array, as a string. Okay, so he's gonna do something different here. Because I only peeked in a few seconds before this. I haven't gone any further than about around here. But watch this.
We want a house. We want the house to be given an ID at the end of this function, find houses, where you can either give it a JSON stringified version of the houses or just an array of houses, and you'll get back ones that have an additional ID. And then additionally, you can specify a filter and filter down what you want to see. So the output that we're looking for would be in console.log down here. We can go and stringify the house data and then look for the Atreides, stringify the house data, and then in this case, not stringify the data and look for the house Harkonnen. Okay, so try it out, pause the video, and then when you're done, come back and I'll show you a solution. Okay, well, while you're away, I watched all of season 8 of Game of Thrones, and I can tell you it wasn't very good. So, what we're going to do is first start off with copying and pasting our stuff that we got from this assignment. So first I'm going to bring in houses.json, paste that in there. And then down here, I'm going to go create another file, and we'll call it index.ts. Paste that in there, and okay, so not looking so good at the moment. A lot of syntax errors, so there we go. Okay, so the first thing we need to do is bring in that data. So import houses from, so you can bring in JSON if you want to. there's an option for that, but I'm just going to go and convert this to TS. It's going to make it a little bit easier on us. So let's go and change this to TS. And then from here, I'm going to use what we learned in episode 2 around exporting this as the default. Okay, so now we have our houses, and we need to define what a house is. So we go back over here, we got a name, and we got planets, which can be either a string or a string array. So let's specify that. First one is a name, and the second is a list of planets, which is either a string or a string array.
Okay. How does that tie into this? Planets. A string. Name is a name. Yeah, okay. So for name planets, right? So that's the interface. Name planet. Actually, maybe it might be better to see that. Okay, wait. You down here needs to get cleared out. So hang on. We do that. We do that. All right. Need to see them. I want to see them side by side, but I'm not sure if I have enough room to do side by side. So let's do split down here, and we'll just focus on house like that. Actually, I don't. I forgot. I got that going. So let's do this. Let's do this instead. Up here, we're going to vertical split. There we go. Yeah, we're going to turn on house over here. All right. So yeah, we do have house. Houses a house. Right. It's like I'm not sure about that. A house has name is an object that is a name, and that is a string. A house over here, a string, and you've got a planet, planets, which are also a string. Or see, I would yeah, why is that or and not that logical or? Or a array, right? A array. Declaration or statement expected. Declaration or statement expected. Okay. Can I find array? Did you mean array? Oh, you mean array? Can I find array? Let's understand what that is, right? Generic type array requires argument. Generic type array requires argument. Okay. Type array. Right, like that would seem to make sense in my head, right? Because that's an array. It's an array of strings, but it's an array. That's a string. Hang on. This is a string. This is an array of strings. So that should be a string or an array. Can I find name T, right? Who's T, right? Okay, we got that. Everyday types, right? The basics, blah, 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 blah. Number arrays. Specify the type of an array, like use the syntax number. Ah, this syntax works for any type, is an array of strings, and so on. You may also see this written as array string, which means the same thing. Yes, I like that. That fits better in my head. Array string. Yes, an array of strings. Yes, a string or an array of strings. Uh-huh. Which means the same thing. We'll learn more about the syntax to you when we cover this. Any. Okay, an array of strings. Okay, I like that better. So that's the interface, but it's the interface to the function. So there's something else that has to be built. So what? House with ID. House with ID. How does that figure into things here? Let's see. Who's the ID? Well, I guess the index could be an ID, right? First position 0, 1, 2. Let's see. Okay, let's see.
Again, we learned about the union types in episode 2, if you want to go check that out. And then a house with an ID is just going to be the same thing again, but with an ID as a number. All right.
Oh, house with ID is just, well, whose ID? We're just making it up. That's all that is. We're just making it up. Okay, what the hell? Okay, so it's string, same thing. String planets, string, or array of strings. But this one also has ID, which is going to be some kind of number, which I guess we haven't figured out yet. Like, where does this come from? Where do you come from? Like, who is the number, right? House with ID. Like, how did we get to that? Okay. House string. Oh, look at this. It's wrapped around again. What the hell? Okay.
So now we need an implementation of this. So I'm going to go create find houses, and I'll copy this right there. Okay. And so for houses, I'm going to use that union type again and say that it's either a string or a list of houses. And then for the filter, it's going to be a question mark. So let's see, did it like that so far? So let's see. Okay, so now everything is checking out, but it's not really.
Okay, what? How did we get here? We got a what? We got a what? There's a what on the play. There's a what on the field. There's a what on the field. Oh boy. What on the field? There's a what field. There's a what on the field. What on the field? What on the field? There's a what on the field. Okay. So what? Implementation. Right. These are our designs. But where are we getting this implementation at? Who are we implementing? How are we implementing this? Because that's what. Oh, okay, let's get down here. Yes. Okay. Now let's do this. We want to get you back over. What am I looking for? I'm looking for parse chords because you had a whole lot of stuff going on in here before, and now, right? Because what's this? Why did we do this? Sometimes it's an object, sometimes it's an array. These were implementations, right? Implementations, and then here's okay. So sometimes it's an object. That's that implementation. Sometimes it's a string, the X and Y. That's this implementation. And then we have this other implementation, which is what if it comes in like this? Okay, chords, coordinate, coordinate, chord. Okay, X, Y, unknown, unknown. You pass an object, or you can pass. These are the implements. Sometimes you can have to pass an object. Parse chord. Parse chord. 1, 2. Function parse chord. If this is like the super general one, right? But you are the actual function. What the hell is this doing? Coordinate. X, Y. Okay, right now this is all over the place in my head. Coordinate X, Y. That's you. Right. What am I looking at? This version, that version, this. Okay, what is this? The blueprint for the ones above it. Is it the blueprint for the ones above it? Wait, what are these? Okay, what are these? Okay, we have to define what those are because what the hell? I just accidentally hit something that's okay. What are you doing? Lisp exceeds max level of what is this thing doing?
Really doing.
Stop. What are these? Bro, what is going on? All right, change mode. How about that? Lisp nesting exceeds max Lisp level. I'm not in Lisp. What are you on about? Bro, just give me an empty. I'm like, what is it talking about? Oh my God. What are these? What are these? Right. These. What are these? Okay, what are these? That makes sense because we know what an interface is. Why is this here if this isn't being used? Why is this here? Shut up. Okay. what are these? What are these? Right. The blueprint for the ones above it, sometimes it's an object. Sometimes it comes in as X and number. Sometimes it comes in as a string. This pisses, okay, that, hang on. So this, we're gonna go over here. We're going to yank you. We're gonna put you, paste you here. There we go. Or we're gonna paste you here. No, or we're gonna paste you here. There we go. Paste you there. Okay. Okay, I got duplicates of everything now. Yank that out. That out. Yank that out. Yank that out. Yank that out. Jesus Christ. Yank this out. You know why? Object, coordinate number, strings. So this matches the console log at the bottom. Bop, bop, bop. Okay. Argument 1, type unknown. Argument 2, type unknown. So, hang on. If that's, is this just like redefining this over and over again? I'm like, because isn't that what, like, argument 1, unknown, it's an object, right? Argument 2, unknown. So it can either be an object or an X or Y or string, like, and then all this should parse all that out. Like, what is the point of those up there? It's like this is evolving into this, right? Let's do that. Now I want to see this. What was the name of this? Parse chords. Here, clear. And give me parse chords. Parse chords. Huh. X10, 52, 12, 22. Scroll down to the bottom here. 10, 20, X52, Y5. Yeah, hang on. This was parse chords. All right, huh. Side quest. Okay. Hold on for a moment here. So we're gonna go back with 34, 3.54, 345. Right, there we go. 345, right? Okay, great. 345. Let's do this. All right. Let's go back to this. All right. Go back up one. We want to look at overloading.
Welcome back to episode 4 of No BS TS. And in this one, we're going to look at my favorite but often overlooked feature of TypeScript, and that's function overloading. Let's get right into it. Okay, picking up where we left off, we're going to create a new file called parseCoordinate.ts. And this is going to be a function that parses coordinates, but we want them to be able to be specified in a number of different ways. So the first thing we need to do is establish what a coordinate is. So I'm going to create an interface for that. It's going to have an X and a Y. And now one way we could do this is we could say, for example, parse a coordinate from an object. Where that object would be a coordinate. And it would return a coordinate. So we just create a new one. Sure, okay. And let's make another one that takes it from X and Y as numbers. So we take a parameter of X and a parameter of Y, and then we return a coordinate. In this case, X and Y. And now this is all well and good, but it doesn't feel like JavaScript. In JavaScript, normally we'd just have a parse coordinate function, which would go and look at the different arguments coming in and just say, oh, okay, well, if I'm getting an object, I'll parse it and make an object out of it. If I get it as numbers, I'll do that.
So this is, okay, what are these? examples of function overloading. I don't know, examples of function receiving different inputs. Different input types. Okay. Note. Okay, so that's what this is. All right. Note. Note example of single types. Note. But say we don't like that. Is that what we're trying to say? But we like that style. We don't like that style. Is that what we're doing? We don't like that style. So instead we should be doing stuff as parse coords like this, where we can receive any type of input and get the output. So example one, what are these? Instead, we want a receives varying types of input. Varying types of input and varying types of input. All right, so instead we want a function that receives varying types of input and
So can we still do that in TypeScript? And the answer is absolutely yes. And the feature that we're looking for is function overloading. So I'm going to go ahead and create just parse coordinate.
So that's superfluous.
Copy
just
that.
An example.
And I'm going to first define the variants that I want. So for example, this one.
First define the variants we want. We need to put like a style instead. Hang on, instead. Sees function overloading. Still we want function. A function overloading. First, let's define the variance we want. Aha, let's define the variance we want. This one, and this one, this one. Hang on. Note. Then create a blueprint for the ones above it. Right. This is our guy. So it's not even running those. It's just doing this. Okay. Okay, okay, I get it. All right. Yeah, let's do that. Give me a little space. All right. Okay.
And I also want this one.
Because first, so the thought process is first we're thinking here's the function that receives an object, and then what it should return. Here's another function that receives two objects, I guess two inputs, right? X and Y, and here's what it should return, right, as an X and a Y. So then we think, okay, how can I make one function called parse coordinate that does the behavior of both of these things, has the attribute of both of the first two functions, right? These two versions, parse coordinate from object, parse coordinate from numbers. Right, because they're two separate functions. Parse coordinate from object, parse coordinate from numbers, and it's like, hey, can't we combine these into a general function, right? Example first receiving example of not a function, example of two functions receiving different input types. Hey, can't we combine these? Hey, let's combine these. So instead, we want a fun. We want function overloading. Yes. Instead, we want function overloading. All right. To find the variance we want, parse coordinate. Right. Parse or dot dot dot. Dot dot dot. Right. Kind of see, okay, this object coordinate, XY coordinate, string coordinate. Yeah. Exploring the permutations. Let's define the variance we want. Exploring permutations. Exploring the permutations. Exploring the permutations. Okay. Oh boy, yeah. Hmm. So, in my head there for a moment. Hmm. Hmm. Thinking about something. Thinking about a sandwich, and I'm thinking, man, I don't want to go out there right now. It's stupid out outside. Anyway, sorry. That doesn't matter here. So let's get this going. Eeny, meeny, miny, mo. Eeny, meeny, miny, mo. Right, so that's what's going on. They create the blueprint for the ones above it. Right. So really, this is the cat. This is the cat that's getting called. So, mhm. So truthfully,
And notice I'm not putting any implementation on that. So the next thing I need to do is actually implement it. And so there's another function parse coordinate, that needs to take some arguments that then we're going to cast and coerce and handle the function signatures that come above it. So in this case, we'll just call that arg1. which is going to be of type unknown. And then arg2, which also going to be of type unknown. But we do know that we want a coordinate out of here.
Right.
Okay, so before we go on, what is an unknown? Well, unknown is basically any, but where you have to cast it before you use it. So it's kind of like a safe any. All right, let's go and define our output coordinate here. And we'll just start it off with x is 0 and y is 0. And then we'll return it. Okay, so that kind of works, but I think there's still an issue here. So what is the issue? Well, it says that the overload signature is not compatible with its implementation signature. And what's happening here is that this one is just a single parameter. This one is 2 parameters. And so what we need to do is basically say, well, one of these parameters is optional. And the way that we do that in TypeScript is we use question mark. Now I'm going to get it.
Oh, wait a minute. These are talking to each other? Wait a minute. These are talking to each other? Wait, what the frack? No implementation here. Wait. Okay. Oh my god. Explore the permutations. Let's clear that out. Let's get that. No, that's function overloading. All these are tied together. Are these tied together? Oh my god, I'm so confused right now. Hang on. So, okay.
Get into optional stuff going forward in more detail, but for the moment, let's just let it sit at, if you do question mark, that means that arg2 in this case could be null. All right, so let's get into an implementation here. And the first thing we want to do is take a look at the type of arg1, and we'll decide which mechanism we want to use based on the type of argument 1. So in this case, we're looking for if it's this signature, which means that this is an object. Otherwise, we're going to use the numeric variant. But you might be saying, whoa, 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 hold up. It's not an object, it's a coordinate. But it actually is an object because we're doing this type check at runtime. We're not doing that type check at compile time. And that's the critical piece. Remember in episode 2, when I said the most common misconception about TypeScript was the fact that the types in TypeScript exist from the compile time context into the runtime context, and they do not. So in this case, that type of arg1 is going to be an object. In that case, what we need to do is set the y variant first, 10 and 20, and then we'll try the object variant. So let's put in, let's see, x is 52 and y is 35. Now let's run this in our console and see if we get a good result. Okay, looking pretty good. And I think that's got the right feel for the parse coordinate, right? You pass in different types, and it's got a much easier feel from the consumer side of parse coordinate. All right, now this, let's get rid of our original implementation here. Don't need that anymore.
So all that we didn't even need, right? Aha. So you're kind of thinking about that, but you really don't need that. So to think it through, do you need those guys? Like, are they even doing anything?
Now, this was actually an interview question that was up on my Discord interviewing channel, and there you can find some really good interviewing questions to help you on both React and TypeScript interviews. In the original question, had a string variant. So we want to be able to handle this case. So let's go and just write it out first. So let's say we have x as 12 and y as 22, something like that. And we can see it's already telling us, no, you don't have a variant for that. So we need to go up here and define that we want a string variant. and that's going to also return a coordinate. So let's go and grab this. And now we're going to go and type check for a string. So we go here. It's really cool. I hit Command space, and we get to see what the different flavors of typeof are. We can see that this is really all we get to choose from. So let's go down here and choose string. That's the one we want. And of course, this is not what we need. So let's go and start figuring this out as a string. So the first thing we need to do is cast arg1 to a string. So let's bring that in there. Arg1 is string. And then when I hit dot, I get a nice handy helper that tells me these are all the string methods. So again, we're going to do split, and we're going to split on that comma first. So now we've got, let's go back to our original example here, x12 and also y22 as an array of 2 items. And we'll call that string and bring it in here. And now we need to split that. So we're going to have a key and a value if we string split that based on that colon, because that would give us x and then 12 and then y and then 22. And now all we need to do is set the coordinate key, and we got to convert that string. So we need to do parse int or parse float, whatever you want. And give it a radix of 10. And saying, oh boy. So here's a problem. And so the issue here is that we don't know what key is. Key could be anything. And what we really want is we want an index onto coordinate, which would be one of these 2 values. So we need to coerce, again, key to be either x or y. And that satisfies TypeScript. Let's give it a try here. Hey, looking pretty good. So we got x as 12, y as 22, and away we go. Okay, well, there is a quick introduction to function overloading.
Interesting. So once you've got the implementation part, do you need this part? Because this is kind of like you're thinking it out, right? I mean, if I turn this off here, here, and I run this, got no errors. What are we doing? Why is this not giving me an error? What the heck? What the hell? Oh, because I'm in the wrong mode. That's why. If I run this now, we got an error. No, same thing, right? So, interesting. Wait, save that, then run it. Keep forgetting. No, yeah, okay, right. It's a little, okay. I'm trying to get my brain to understand all of the things. So if that's your interface, what's this other situation we got? So that's the function, da 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 da. Interfaces. So these are the permutations. Is there an implementation? Oh God, I hate seeing it. I know Prettier's doing this, excuse me. But I need to see you like this. Hang on, over here. Because that's not implementation. Which thingy do I want? Yeah. Right. Okay, wait. Shift. Okay, function. Okay. Right. Function implementation is missing. Ah. You try to tell me what I need. So the first thing we do with the interface is we recognize what's the structure of the data that we have. Import the things. Then the next thing is that we have now implementation. All right. Okay, so implementation should be implementation should be the last one. Function find houses, last one, which should be okay, which should be argument one should be a string or a string array, right? Yeah, a string array, or a string array, right? Argument two, because you have a second argument, some kind of Boolean. Argument two, oh yeah, house with ID, right? Argument two should be, yep. Okay, argument two, house ID. House ID. Argument two, yeah. Then there's the there's the house ID bit. So wait, string or house argument. Optional argument two. Filter house with ID Boolean. So find houses which lacks return type annotation implicitly has any return type. Oh, did we accidentally change something? Implementation is missing. All right, argument two. Filter. Argument two. Boolean. I mean, it's a Boolean, right? It's a Boolean? Boolean. Argument two is a Boolean. And we've got our interface. Oh, we got two interfaces. Right. But it seems to be all house with ID because house with ID contains both of those things. So I guess we'll go with house with ID. House with ID. And house with ID is like it's trying to tell you, I think. House with ID. Then we start in with the actual function. Interesting. Who is this? House with ID. House a function whose declared type is neither undefined, void, nor any must return a value. Function whose declared type is neither undefined, void, nor any must return a value. Must return a value. Okay. House with ID. Function used to clear type is neither undefined void. Must return a value. All right. Okay. So yes, you're bitching about that spot. Okay. Right. So now we got to figure out this part. Okay. Find houses. Let's find houses. How to fit about. This overload signature is not compatible with this implementation. Okay. Oh, shoot. What was the question mark thing? Like, any? Shoot. I know, right? Hmm. Hmm. And or? Not sure. Not sure. Let's think about this. If type of equals object, string equals object. I might be looking right at it. Oh no, that's that or string, right? Or argument two. Does that mean that's optional? Argument two. I didn't catch that before. Unknown. Hmm. Unknown? To Boolean? Unknown? Return. Return constant stringify houses. Return. Hmm. Hmm. Return houses. So let houses? Let houses. House with ID. House with ID. That's the interface. House with ID. And we'll start by making them empty. Is that what we want to do? Name is an empty string. And it's is an empty array. Like, not sure about that. Property ID is missing. Oh, ID 0. Somebody switch that. That's doing okay. Okay, so that's still a bitch about this. It's not compatible with its implementation signature. Implementation sig. Ah, so those do matter. They do matter. Then you get a notification that the imp is wrong. Okay. Uh-huh. Signature. Implementation signature. Okay. Implementation signature. Implementation signature. Yep. Okay, let's see. Okay. So implementation signature, planets, houses. Right now, gotta do some more stuff in here. Find houses, name, Harkonnen, right? So should parse these houses. Find houses. Find houses. Oh, with the filter method. So there's got to be an actual filter method used in here, right? Houses, Boolean, house string. It's either a string or an array. But can you just say unknown? Can we just say, hey, this is going to be unknown? How do you say the other one is optional? Really? Compatible with the rotation signature. House ID. It's a little confusing. Like, what's going on there? And then why is that? Right? Like, oh, now that's compatible. But this is not compatible. This OLS is not compatible with its implementation signature. Okay. How's it string? Filter. House Boolean. Right, because we got that. That was given to us. So filter. How do we do this filter part? Because that's using the filter method, right? Argument unknown, argument 2. Filter part, 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 filter part. All right, so yeah, what's going on here? Boolean, houses, filter, Boolean. It's not digging that. Oh, holy frack. So they all cleared up. Holy cow. Okay. Arguing was to clear was what I never read. Right. Okay. House string. Oh, curious. Okay. So now we gotta kind of figure out what's going on here, right? Where's return? I mean, I get that, but type house ID is missing the following properties from type house ID. Length pop push. Oh, okay. So that's you. So maybe that's why he's, yeah, okay. Oh, interesting. Now ID number name string is not assignable to type. Ah, so we get that whole bag of cats. So is that even correct? Or do you do this, right? Because then that breaks that again. Okay, what the hell, dude? Let's go over here and see what's going on with this madness. Let's go. Right, nope, that's two. Go to challenge.
Welcome to No BS TS challenge number 1. And this is where we take what you've learned from the first 4 episodes of this series, but it's not really doing what we want. So the first thing to do is to actually get the houses from the string, if there's a string, or from the array. So I'm just going to change this to input. So I'm going to create a local called houses, which is going to be an array of houses. And I'm going to look at the input to see if it's a string or not.
What? It's like, what? Where did that come from? He just modified the last one. Wait, why? Find houses. Why did you just modify the last one instead of creating a new thing? Wait, what? Input. Wait a minute. Input. Wait a minute. Wait, go back. Houses, house. Yeah, okay. Houses, house. Da da da. Okay. Hang on. Maybe I went into soon because you got string or house.
I'm just going to actually get doing, and then for the union type again, and say right there. Okay. All right. So now we need an implementation of this. So I'm going to go create find houses.
There we go. Okay. Yeah.
And I'll copy this.
Paste that.
Right
Oh,
there.
Okay. Okay.
And so for houses, I'm going to use that union type again.
Huh. So we got that. Right. No, that was that. That was this. For houses, I'm going to use that union type again. Is all of this. So, no. Take all that out. And we are going to use the array at the end. What's going on with this? Get down here. Get over here. Okay, so that's that. Do I have this? Yes, I do. No.
And say that it's either a string or a list of houses.
So, get over here. Houses is either a string. This is so weird. Or a list of houses. House array, right? A list of houses is either one of those two things. List of string, right? So we're picking this up. This with this. But then if that's the case, then we should pick up this, right? Which is, matter of fact, we'll just go filter house, filter house. So much on my screen right now. My eyes are getting over along with what I'm looking at here. House. Okay, let's get that going. Boolean, right? Okay. Okay, and right, and then that's that filter Boolean with close that off. House with ID, right? Right. Okay. Is that coming from? Oh, that's you. Jesus Christ. Okay, wait. That's all of this. That's all of this. Okay, so that's you. Just get over here. That's that. House, houses, houses, yeah. String or house, right? String or house, filter, house, Boolean, which is boy. Let's make this big so I can see this. House, this. It's like I can't see what I'm looking at. So, oops. There we go. All right. House with ID. Okay, great. House with ID. Okay, great. Let's finish. Okay. House. Oh, I hate that Prettier keeps moving my stuff around. It pisses me off. Houses, string. Houses, string or house, filter, Boolean, house with ID. Okay. Okay.
And then for the filter, it's gonna be a question mark. So let's see, did it like that so far?
Why?
So let's see.
Why is it a question mark? Return empty array, because that's eventually what we're after. Filter is going to be a question mark. Why did we put a question mark on here before? Ah, the why is okay. Filter. What's the point of the question mark again? What's the point of the question mark? Typescript. What's the point of the question mark? Narrowing basics. Question mark. I don't know. Let's see. Hmm. No. Ooh. Flow analysis. Question mark interfaces. Maybe interfaces, types, classes, interfaces. Okay, do we see anything about question mark? Question mark, question mark, question mark. Because what does the question mark do for us again? Question mark, question mark, question mark. Control flow analysis. Question mark, question mark, question mark. If set. Assignment, usage, type guards. Common syntax, abstract classes. Okay, question mark, question mark. Like, how would you, okay, question mark. Cool. This is very cool. Question mark, right? What does the question mark do for us again? Add another TypeScript thing in here. TypeScript, yeah. Let's get popping puppies. Okay, the basics. Basic cheat sheet, advanced cheat sheet, migraine cheat sheet, higher order components cheat sheet. Okay, let's make this. Can we make this bigger? Here we go. Use the cheat sheet reference skill level. Blah 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 blah. Next.js. Okay, starter kits, TypeScript playground. Oh, TypeScript playground. Oh, React TypeScript. Shareable reproductions, TypeScript stack blitz, code sandbox. Okay, TypeScript, TypeScript, TypeScript. Next. TypeScript. Oh, there we go. Optional type. By passing down the state setter function, return by use state to optional type. Optional type. Okay. All right, you just won. Gotta put you down. A React thing in here. Should have a React thing up here. Yeah, there we go. Aren't you in my React thing? Put you in. Need to put you in the React thing. There we go. All right. Yeah, optional type. Okay, so you're telling me this is an optional type. Oh, of course it's an optional type because the first one doesn't have it. Ah, aha, did not catch that. Okay, okay, cool. Um, but now what? so now you get okay. Now what?
Okay, so now everything is checking out, but it's not really doing
Anything
what we want.
right.
So the first thing to do is to actually get the houses from the string, if there's a string, or from the array. So I'm just going to change this to input. So I'm going to create a local called houses, which is going to be an array of houses. And I'm going to look at the input to see if it's a string or not. And then if it's a string, I'm going to JSON parse that.
Okay, interesting. So now we have to get all the way down here before we can actually do anything. Huh. Okay. Hmm. So, houses input. Constant houses house array type of input string. He just walked over my grave. What's? Oh yeah, yeah. Yeah. Da, 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 da. Da, 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 da. Okay. Houses with ID. House with ID. Okay. Receive houses. Argument one. You receive argument one. So that was like if. Okay, wait. So if type of houses is string, if type of houses is string, do this. Else. Actually, no, let's not do that. If type of houses is an array, is big int function number object string symbol undefined. Well, well, that's array, right? Give me an option. That's array. Do this. Interesting. It's not like that. Interesting. Curious. Curious, it does not like array. Huh. This comparison appears to be unintentional because the types string, number, big and book. Well, that's going to be it's an array, right? House array. Hmm. Big extra boolean number. Object. String symbol undefined. Object? Is an array an object? Or would you care? It's either or. If if blah 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 was it's gonna be either or, right? Else you would really care about that. Else do thing. Right. If do thing, else do thing, right? Because it's either that, do this, else do this. Okay. Okay. Constant houses. Type of input. Say parse it. JSON dot parse. Oh, that's funky. What the hell? What the hell? Oh, this is what the hell? Yeah, what's going on there? Parse. Oops. JSON parse. That was a weird auto completion thing. Parse houses, right? Yeah, JSON parse houses. Else. What do I want to do if it's not a string? It's an array, right? Oh wait, if that is a string, then that's just return string, right? Else parse. No, 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 no. Okay, what's it? It's weird. No, I don't know what that is. Yeah, that's what you want. Else, hang on. Return houses. Else, oh, constant houses, right? Constant houses equals something. House array type of input equal to string. House array, new house array. Like, what does that mean? Okay, I don't know what that means. So let's do this. Let box equal an empty array. There we go. Return houses string. If type of like what am I trying to return? Implementation. I'm trying to return string of houses, right? The JSON. So or the string return house, right? Return house. Lid box. Box equals house. Box equals house. Push box to house. Blank array if blank array wait, box dot push house box dot push house push that box in the house push that house in the box else json dot parse houses. What are we trying to do? What are we actually trying to build? I know I got lost. Should have pseudocoded it. Now do something with houses. But what? what exactly? Right? But what exactly? What should I be doing with houses exactly? I should be building out the freaking thing. Right? I say, so what am I trying to return? Find houses, JSON stringify houses. Find houses, name, parse them, return that. Should we be either returning JSON or trying to parse the JSON out? Should have started this more simple. Just parse the JSON, return the JSON, and parse the JSON. Yeah, okay. Let box equal this if type of boxes string box dot push houses filter. I don't even know why this there. Filter. Oh yes, never use. All right. What are we trying to do?
Otherwise, I'm just going to take the input, which is the array of houses. Okay.
Input, which is the array of houses. Houses string house. Okay. If type of houses equals string, okay, else houses is an array houses. JSON parse text string reviver this any undefined any okay. Type of input. If type of input is equal to string, do I just find that house array constant houses? Don't understand what's happening on 28. I understand the ternary part, but constant houses colon house. What are we doing there? Houses colon house. It's the same as 21. Yeah, like what is that doing, right? Yeah, what are we doing with string with that exactly?
Okay, so now we've got an array of houses. And the next thing that we want to do is
We're trying to create an array of houses. Create an array of houses. But wait, I already have an array of houses. Like literally the house.json is an array of houses. So find houses. What is this doing? I already have an array of houses. I receive an array of houses. If type of house equals string, return that specific house. So this is one house. Else you have an array of houses. Parse, you already have an array of houses. Parse the array. Create an array of houses. Let new array. Oh, that's not a keyword. Is new array a keyword? Let okay. My array equal array an array house. String array. There we go. Yeah, because that doesn't make sense to my head. That does make sense to my head. Okay, so let new array equal this. So then you would uh, my array dot push into that JSON dot parse houses my array equals JSON dot parse houses. Wait, why is that my array? Why is that freaking out? Okay. Okay, hang on. What push property push does not exist on type string. Ah, yeah, because that's just a string, right? Well, it's a string. I should be able to push that string into the array, right? Hmm. Hmm. That isn't like that either. Type is equal to string. Nope. Okay. Uh. Hmm. Digging it, man. Digging it. Function find houses input string house. Okay. Why? But why? Now do something with houses, but what exactly? Great and all right. What am I trying to build? I'm trying to build now do something with house, but what exactly? Create an array of houses? Oh, but you know what I need to know is how am I logging this, man? If type of get out of the way, if type of that is string, an array of strings, is that empty array? Like, well, yeah, because that's just all this is saying is that's saying you have a array house array. This is wild. Array houses. Variable my array is used before being assigned. Wait, what? Variable my array. Oh my god. Okay, so now I'm getting my JavaScript confused with TypeScript. Oh my god. Okay. Basics. Go back to basics. What am I looking at? Static type check non accept types of tooling. Blah 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 blah. Okay, no, I care about that level of basic. Trying to understand. Okay, what? makes sense. Everyday types, tools for tooling. I don't see what I need to see. What do I need to see? I need to understand what variables. Like what the hell? So what the hell? Arrays any. Arrays any. Okay, let object. Okay, so it's let name. Let my array equal you. So uh oh, so I don't have to do that. So I can just say this. It's you. Look, it's array. My array is this. Push. Oh, thank you. Push houses into that. JSON.parse. So that'll parse. That'll put that there. But what does this mean? It's like I don't know what that is. Then you're trying to return my array. You're trying to return my array, like whatever the value of that is after this. But what is this? Is that accurate? Can you say that? Is that? I think this is legit. Just see this. Right. Yeah, okay. Now, what is that doing? What is this doing? This is it's doing nothing right now. I mean, what JSON.parse? If that is that, push that into the thing. What are we trying to do? Huh. Type string is not assignable to type house with ID. What the fuck? Okay. I don't understand what the hell's going on 28. I don't get it.
Okay, so now we've got an array of houses. I'm going to look at the input is to actually get the houses from the string if there's a string or from the array. So I'm just going to
get the houses from the string. Get houses from the string. Get the houses from.
going to change the houses what we want. So okay, so now everything is checking out, but it's not really doing what we want. So the first thing to do is to actually get the houses from the string if there's a string or from the array. So I'm
Yeah, let's do that one small bit at a time. Get the houses from the string. Get the houses from the array. If type house equals string, my array push houses, return array. What the hell does this mean? Doesn't like that. That's a simple enough thing. My array equals array, empty array. It's just a placeholder. That's just a placeholder. I don't get why this placeholder isn't working. This container isn't working. Type string is not assignable to type house with ID. What are you saying, bud? Type string. What does that mean? Because you're trying to push out an array. Yeah, I'm trying to push out an array, but I'm not trying to return an array. I'm trying to get the string. Am I? I don't know. What is it supposed to be returning?
I'm just going to change get the doing bar. So let's see.
It's not clear.
It's going to be a question mark. So let's see. Did it like that so far? So let's see. Okay, so now everything is checking out, but it's not really doing what we want. So the first thing to do is to actually get the houses from the string, if there's a string, or from the array. So I'm just going to change this to input. So I'm going to create a local called houses, which
Why are you creating a local called houses? That's this, right? And then that gets convoluted because which house is which is what? That's why I didn't name that.
is going to be an array of houses. And I'm going to look at the input to see if it's a string or not.
Assign that to. That doesn't make sense. No, that doesn't make sense.
And then
That
if it's a
checks
string,
out.
I'm going to JSON parse that.
Oh, wait. If it's a string, JSON, that parse the string? You can't return it.
Otherwise, I'm just going to take the input, which is the array of houses.
Array is equal to what's that mean?
Okay, so now we've got an array of houses. And the next thing that we want to do is, okay, so now we've got an array of houses. And the next thing that we want to do is actually take a look to see if we've got a filter or not. So if there's a filter, then we want to do houses.filter.
If there's a filter, 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 it's another ternary. Then we want to do houses.filter. What the frack? How did you figure out houses.filter? How did you figure houses.filter? That doesn't make sense. That doesn't make sense. How did you figure houses.filter?
And run that filter on it. Otherwise, you just want to take all the houses. And then from there, we want to
So we're running the filter function.
map. And
Wait, what? So that's on houses. If it's an array, you're filtering the array. Do you have a filter? Yes. If there's a filter, then filter the array of houses based on the value of filter. Ah, house, Boolean, that guy. That's ugly looking.
otherwise, you just want to take all the houses.
Else get the houses. Else actually else my array, right? Because which houses is that? Because I can't tell which is which that you're grabbing here. Which is which? Constant houses. So wait, is that houses the houses you're looking for? Because this has got to be pointing to this houses, right?
And then from there, we want to map and take that house and then create a house with the ID. So it needs an ID first. And we'll get that from.
This gets messy. Because how do you check this along the way that you're actually doing what you think you're doing? Oh wait, how is the thing? It's prettier. Helping me again, boy. Out of the effing way. Okay, so we got that, and now we do dot. All right, so now we got that. Then, so now you want to map through houses, constant houses. Okay, right, so return house. And do a place of return. Okay, so ID. So I guess now I'm missing something. I didn't see that. Oh, yeah. Okay.
Somewhere. Set that to 0 at the moment. And then everything else in-house.
Everything else in-house. Everything else in-house. All right.
Great. Okay, that looks good. So now really the only question is how to get that ID. Well, I could go over here and do index on that.
Yeah, but what is that giving me so far? God, this is sloppy. I mean, no offense to this dude. He knows what he's doing. It's just like I just don't. There's so much. Oh God, I want to curse so much right now. I'm like, wait, what? Okay, what's going on? And then how do you check that this is actually proceeding correctly all along the way that you're doing this? God, I have to break this down and do this over again. Man, this might be my week. Just really making this make sense, because this does not make sense right now to the new TypeScript learner. So okay, how do you know what's going on when you hit run filter map house blah 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 blah? What is all this? This loses its mind down here. Clear this. Is this what I'm at? No. Interface. Interface. Okay. What does that even do so far? I'm like, oh. Okay, so it's giving me back an array. Yeah, it's finding the one that has Trades in it, and then it's finding the one that has Harkonnen in it. Okay, so that seems to be behaving right. But what is it supposed to be outputting? Because I don't, what's the end goal? That's a good point, because I'm not really clear on what the end goal this is supposed to be outputting is. Can I move you physically? I can select it, but it's not doing it for some reason. Okay. With this. Okay, so that filtered. Now, who am I trying to return? And then all this is in the return? I'm like, no. Yeah, that can be a ternary. That basic if else can definitely be a ternary. But right now, I'm going to leave it as is. Okay, so what are you doing now? Now we're trying to map something.
But that's a little tricky because we run.
Oh, yeah, we're trying to get this index because that's not right. Filter, map. Where's the map? Where'd the map go? Did the map disappear? I guess maybe the map disappeared. Get rid of this stuff over here. Map house. Okay, so trying to index.
Run this filter first, and that means that if you were to filter out stuff, you get different IDs. So what we really want is the index of the original array. So let's go and set the ID to the houses dot index of, and then this current house.
What? Wait, what? This is cool. I did this a bunch of times before, and this is why I discovered it. So here, let me put this in the video. So all right, hang on.
To the houses dot index of, and then this current house. The index of the original array. So as we run this filter first, and that means that if you were to filter out stuff, you get different IDs. So what we really want is the ID.
So wait, hang on, hit this. Index. All right. Interesting. This argument calls a defined callback function of each element of array returns or containers. Okay, whatever. Index, but that's not actually doing anything, right?
The index of the original array. So let's go and
because then you would do this. You would say, hey, maybe that's index. Then I would see that, right? Like, okay, it's index, yay, right? Then I would do something like this, clear this out, reload this. Hmm. But that's not right. Right, wait, did that save? That did not effing save. Okay, let's go back. Let's do this. Yes, okay. So, not sure about this actually. Did it? Okay, quit that. We saved it. Save the file. Now, let's go back in here again. Clear that out. Yeah, that doesn't track because index 0 is not the same. These two don't have the same index. Um, let's go back here to the JSON. This is JSON, right? That should be 0, 1, 2. This should be 2. That index ain't right. So,
Set the ID to the houses dot index of, and then this current house.
okay. So, you want to say call the houses array, look for index of this current house. Okay. You didn't like that. Argument of type house is not assignable to parameter of type string and house. Type house is not assignable to parameter of type string and house. Okay, wait, what?
All right, let's
But he removed that index. Huh. Interesting. So we do that, but this is still a problem. See that? Hmm. Oh wait, wrong array. I bet you it's this, right? Yes, my array index of house. There we go. My array index of house. Yes, I just need to know which house is what house because that's confusing. So yeah, houses up here. Filter. All right, that works for my tiny little brain a little bit better. Like house array. Yeah, actually, let's do that. We'll say house array because that's what it is. It's a house array. So let's do that. House array. Same thing here. House array. Same thing there. Okay, and we'll do this. House array. Okay. House array. Okay. House array. Okay. Okay. Yeah. Then that kind of, yeah. Wait. Save it. Come back here. There we go. Now we got the proper index. Okay. Whew. All right. Okay, boy. Okay. Hmm. Fan of this return in here like that. That just looks. I don't like that. Put the filter. It's totally legal and everything, but and then that should could totally be a ternary, but that just fits better in my head for now. And I'm going to rewrite it as a ternary. I guess because this is a ternary, right? It just kind of makes more sense like that. Otherwise, you get this if else done. Yeah, just I mean, come on. House array, let house array equal house. Right, right. Yeah, I mean that. I get it. That tracks. Mm-hmm. Because you could do this, and then all of that just becomes this. Say if type array, blah 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 blah. such and such and such and such. Do this. Else. Give us back this. We don't need that. It's already at the end, isn't it? Yeah. There we go. Yep. Yeah. Nice. Nice. Make sure that's saved. Go back here. Love that. Okay, great. Okay, okay. Hmm. Uh, yeah. Turn filter. House array filter. Filter? Does filter exist? Not sure about that name. Not sure about that. Does filter exists? Do that. Yeah, let's
take a look and see if it works. So in order to set up our project, we're going to follow the steps that we did in episode 1. So first we're going to do a yarn init -y.
Oh, he's doing that.
That's going to create our package.json.
different
Really doesn't have much in it.
folder.
From there, I'm going to go and yarn add Typescript and TS node in development mode. And then finally, I'm going to go and do the tsc init to create our ts config file. Okay, looking pretty good. So let's run this and see if it actually runs. npx ts node index.ts. Oh, all right, pretty good. And you can apply any filter you want to that. So if you want to go and find who's on Geedy Prime or who's on Caladan.
All right, so now he riffs after this. So really, this is about 6 minutes long. Okay, cool. So that is that. So now what I'm interested in is really this right here, because I don't like that. Because when I see filter, I think of dot filter, right? I think of this dot filter. So filter true, house array filter because that is bad. Filter. And I mean it's bad to me in my brain. Like it throws my brain off. Because my brain is going, what's the context here? Dot filter is the method. So what is filter? Right? There's a key, if there's a keyword that has filter in it, then shouldn't I not call something else after that keyword? Right? Because isn't that kind of confusing? So I'm thinking there's got to be a way I can redo that, right? So house boolean. There's got to be a different way to name that. Like, what is that? I mean, it's filtering, but really what you want to do is you want to say, because the filter is existing, it's going to put house filter house boolean. There's got to be a way to rename that something. I don't know. Maybe I'll. I don't want to be sitting here all day trying to figure this out, thinking about this right now, because that's just gonna take the thing I'm thinking a long time. But hey, here's the thing. For whoever sees this video, if you suggest a different way of naming that, right? 39. Put it in the comments. Yeah, let's put a little question, a little interaction here with the viewership that I'm trying to build. And yeah, we'll go from there, and I'll come up with something later on, and whatever I come up with, I'll pop it into the stream. Yeah, into the next vid. All right, so there we go, all nice and running. I'd like to go through this again to see if I could build this out in a way that I know that I could remember it 3 months from now. Yeah. So until then, give Jack a little thumbs up here for doing the heavy lifting here. Um, breaking down these concepts. And yeah, we'll go on to the next one. I want to at least get through. Well, I'm not gonna talk about this right now, but I want to get through as many of these as I can the day that I am recording these. All right, so until next time, no, I need a nice, cool ending video tagline. Enter suggestions at the bottom. Anyway, yeah, have a good one. See you next time.